we were deployed in Afghan 2008, and I was probably still quite young. I was probably 24 years old, 25 years old, and yeah, we used to spot the SBS lads going out on ops, and they had two CH-47 helicopters. They used to fly out of a camp in Afghan, and you used to see them come back. And they're a different kind of animal, right? A different kind of pack. And yeah, at the time, I just remember my platoon sergeant Dan Jarvie. I was his driver, and he just turned around to me and he was like, "You should go for selection." And at the time, I don't know, 24 years old. Like I was like, just like, I'll never pass that. And he was like, "No, you should." And it was there was quite a tight group of people on that. I mean, you do, right? You go away on these operations for 6 months and you form some of the best, strongest friendships that you'll ever experience. And like there was loads of lads going, yeah, I'll go on selection, we'll go on selection. And there was probably about 25 lads that was like, right, I'm coming off this operation, I'm going to go on selection. And 9 of us eventually from 3 para went on selection. And yeah, you've got to volunteer, but it's got to have sign off from higher up. And yeah, like I think.
And those 9 guys were all like your friends, people that you'd sort of been serving with, right? Or these
and some of them, yeah, these were all 3 para lads on this tour,
right?
And some of them, older and more experienced. That some of them that had been on selection previous and come off for certain reasons.
Yeah.
And at the time, they were like the oracles in the unit because they'd been on selection, even if they'd have got to like 2 weeks into the hills phase, which is the first phase, and they came back because they pulled themselves off, they voluntarily withdrawn. They were still the oracles and the heroes because you looked up to them and you were like, whoa, that guy's been on selection. What you didn't realize is there's like guys before them or guys that have been on selection and passed, but no one talks about those guys, right? It's the guys that come back that are the oracles.
Of course, because he's still in contact with them, right?
And they know everything, right? Yeah. They know everything about selection, and obviously don't know everything about selection because they didn't know enough to pass. But so yeah, we had a few of those guys on with us, and yeah, like out of 9, I was the only one that got through in the end. And yeah, you go on selection for 6 months, and then again during the 6 months, you create some of the best friends that or the strongest friendships that you'll ever have, because you're all going through this adversity at the same time. And you get to the end of that, and you turn up at your troop in the SAS, and you're back to being the smallest fish in the biggest pond again.